Listening to Franklin this morning on a beautiful Eastern morning, picking up some donuts for the family, and today we'll get a little bit behind the scenes. I got a proof back from the printer on Gradient Expansion, which is a CD we designed for Rosie Warburton, my mother. And it had a slight mistake, but it was easily fixable. And then we approved the proof. And then we got word back that the target date was 5 business days later. 5 full business days. So it really would end up being 6 days, which was expected. It was what I wanted to happen, or what they promised would happen. What was not expected, though, was that it would be as late as it was overall because of 2 things, both of which are my fault. The first is that just due to general delays, the CD went out later than I wanted it to, probably 2 days later. But the other thing, and I think this is what really compounded it, was it took 3 full days to see the proof from the printer, which is actually not unreasonable at all. The only reason that that's a problem is I have completely gotten used to one of 2 scenarios when dealing with print. One of those is these online printers like your 4x6s, modern postcard, overnight prints, all of that stuff, where you upload a file. I believe it's an automated process, so it spits a proof back to you almost instantaneously, and then you approve it, and then whatever systems are in place, it goes to print. But it's pretty much an instantaneous process. So if they tell you something will take 3 days, the whole thing will just take 3 days because it's largely automated. So I'm very used to that, and then I'm used to this other thing, which for maybe, I guess, I don't know how long I was at Latitude, 3 or 4 years or whatever, I got used to working with these high-touch printers who turn your stuff around immediately because there's a wall of money behind you dictating things. You have big corporate money, nationwide programs, each individual thing costs a decent amount of money. I got really used to the idea that when you send something to a printer, they immediately take it, ingest it into their system, and get a proof back to you as soon as is humanly possible. I completely forgot what it is like to just be doing a regular job, small print run, 200, 500, 1,000 pieces, that you fit in the order that stuff comes in, and there might be people who paid extra to jump ahead of you in the order because it was worth it for them to do so. It's just a thing I forgot. And the worst part is I had been on the phone with them talking about other stuff, and it never occurred to me to say, hey, when we send a file to you, how long will it take to see that proof? And luckily everything is cool. We were able to set up a page to order the CD anyway. We have it up on Spotify. We have downloads available for purchase. So it's not the end of the world, but it still sucks. It's still really disappointing. And it's still now is one of these things we have to enter into our process to go, always talk to the printer and find out exactly how long it will take them to take that file and turn it into something that we can approve. So that's a little behind the scenes. It's a little bit disappointing, but it's a lesson to learn from. It gives us an actionable thing to do in the future. I have a feeling that what we may start to do is actually type up a phone call checklist whenever we deal with the printer that's like just like, what about this? What about this? What about this? What about this? So we can always make sure that something like this doesn't fall through the cracks. And now we got to remember, now that we don't have Adidas money behind us on every project, that we have to actually maybe assume the worst and then be pleasantly surprised. I hope this finds you well. To those of you leaving comments, I super appreciate it. If you think this is going to be helpful to someone, please share it. And if you have any questions, or if there's anything that you want me to address, or you have like another kind of behind the scenes-y question, ask away.